Welcome to Pilates. We've got the red ball and a set of hand weights. We'll get started laying all the way down on our backs. My name is Stephanie. We're going to do things in levels. So as we go, there'll be level 1, start here. If you want to add on challenges, we'll add the challenges on, but you can always go back and modify to those original exercises. So we're just going to start laying on our back. Find a nice comfortable position, that neutral spine with the back, little pocket of air underneath the low back. Start with our breathing. Inhale through your nose and exhale out your mouth. As you inhale, feel your rib cage open. As you exhale, pull the rib cage together, belly button to spine. Few big breaths, just letting your shoulders drop down to the mat. Maybe you let your head rock side to side, getting a little movement to the neck. And maybe you take your knees bent, feet flat. Just let the knees open and close, letting the hips open, and then returning to start in a little bit of a butterfly. Just starting to get some movement here. As you go, finding your breath, inhaling through your nose and exhaling out your mouth. Welcome in. We've got the ball and a set of hand weights. A few more big breaths here, just warming up, pushing away the thoughts from outside, and focusing in here on our practice. Good. We pause, knees bent, feet flat. Let's take the knees over to one side as your gaze goes the opposite side, just finding some rotation to the spine. Inhaling back to center and exhaling to switch. You can take your arms out to a T if you want a little bit more room there with the knees. Just starting to get some rotation to the spine, finding our stretch as we wake up and get into our practice today. Good. We're going to pause back at center once you're nice and even. Let's grab that red ball. We're going to lift up the hips and the ball is going to go underneath the hips. So it's kind of like a little bunny tail on the tailbone. And then I want you to press your low back like a scoop. So I don't want you to be overarching the back on the ball. I want you to press that low back into the ball. Good. Let's take arms out to a T. That'll help you with your balance. You can take it to the mat if you want that extra challenge. Starting by just taking both legs into a tabletop position and finding your balance. Good. Arms are out at a T to help with the balance. In that tabletop position, knees are over hips, shins parallel to the ground. You can always ditch the ball if you're not feeling stable. Let's go single leg toe tap. Right toe taps down. Bring it back up, nice and slow. Left toe taps down. Using your core, finding that balance, bring it back up. Continuing here. Think of the same angle in the leg there, so you're not reaching the leg. It's that same 90 degree as you tap down. And you should feel the low core. If you start to feel the back arch, limit the range of motion. Good. We go one more side to side here. Finding those single leg toe taps. Pausing with both legs up towards that tabletop position. We go double leg toe tap. Maybe we don't get all the way down to the ground. Whenever you start to feel that low core, you pause, bring it back up. So even for me, I don't get all the way down to the mat. If you start to feel it in the back, you're taking the work away from the core. I want you to find those little shakes in the core and then bring it back up. Let's do a couple more like this. Just starting to warm up our core. Let's do one more. Good. Bring both feet to the mat. Take an inhale and an exhale. All right, you can stick with the tabletop. Go back to that set if you want to stay there. Otherwise, we're going to add on. Both legs go up to 90. Adjust where I am on the ball. Up to 90. We go single leg drop. Right leg reaches. Bring it back up to 90. Nice and slow, finding your balance on the ball. Left leg reaches back to 90. Again, maybe not all the way to the mat. With the long lever challenge of the long legs here, feeling it a little bit more. Good. Go one more side to side. And then we'll bring it back up to 90. Let's go Pilates V, heels together, toes apart. Lowering those legs down to a challenge spot, both legs. Slow, 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 bring it back up. The modification would be going back to a tabletop with the legs. Again, the slower you go, the more you're gonna feel that core work as you come back up. You're still pressing the low back into the ball. Let's do 2 more. Last one. And then feet find the mat. Take an inhale and an exhale. Little sway side to side on the ball. Again, arms can stay out at a T for the balance, or if you want more of a challenge, they go to the mat. We're gonna go single leg stretch. Keeping our hands on the ground. Right knee comes to a tabletop position, left leg 45, and then we switch. Switch, pulling that knee in towards the chest as you press that leg away. Good. Find the core work here. Try to stay stable on the ball using your core. You can always ditch the ball if it's not working for you. Perfect. Find that core work by pressing the low back into the ball. We're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Feet find the mat. Take an inhale and an exhale. Scissors, right leg straight at 90, left leg down to 45. It's a pulse, pulse, switch, pulse, pulse, switch. Reaching those toes, trying to keep the legs straight. It's like the feet are barely sweeping next to each other so they're not out wide. Good. Breathing in, breathing out, finding the core work and the stretch of the legs. It's our straight leg stretch. Perfect. We're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Feet find the mat. Take an inhale and an exhale. We're gonna go one more here in our core series. Bicycle. Right leg up to 90 straight. Left leg to a tabletop position. You're gonna reach that right leg. Left leg extends to 90. Finding a bicycle with the legs here. So you're pulling one knee in, and then that long leg reaches away. We reverse, reverse. A little bit of thinking here with the bicycle. You guys got this. Finding that stretch and that reach. We're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Feet find the mat. Lift up the hips. We'll take that ball out. Let the spine just find the mat. Little shake side to side. Breathing in, breathing out. Ball's gonna go in between the lower thighs. So kind of right above the knees. Hands can go back to the mat now. Neutral spine, little pocket of air underneath the low back. We start with a tilt. So without lifting the hips, inhale, exhale, press the low back down, tilt that pelvis like that position we found with the ball. Inhale back to a neutral, that little pocket of air under the back. So it's gonna be a tiny movement here, just a tilt. Imagine that triangle pelvis that you have right here. It's going flat on the inhale, and then you're tilting it towards you on the exhale, just finding that little scoop. We're gonna go into our bridging next. So if you have any issues in the low back, you're gonna hinge the hips up and down. Otherwise, you're gonna roll the spine as long as you have a healthy back. Inhale, neutral. Exhale, press the low back down. Slowly lift, one bone at a time, lifting your hips. Keeping that squeeze on the ball. Inhale, exhale, nice and slow, rolling one bone at a time. All the way back down. Good. Continuing with your bridging. Keeping that squeeze on the ball. You want to find those glute muscles at the top. Neck and shoulder are relaxed. And as you go up, finding those glutes, press those kneecaps away. Gentle pressure on the ball. If you want a more intermediate option, you can go robot arms as you go through your bridging, or you can go arms up to 90. Without the hands as kickstands, you have to use those hamstrings and glutes a little bit more. Perfect. Let's hold up in our bridge. Glutes are active, pressing into the big toe part of the foot. We're going to add little squeezes of the ball. Squeeze, release the ball. Squeeze, release. We're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, exhale, nice and slow. Roll all the way down. Good job, guys. We're going to go into single leg bridges. So option 1, you could stick with the bridges we were just doing. Both feet flat on the mat. Otherwise, the ball's going to go behind the right knee. Left foot will stay on the mat. And instead of rolling through the spine, we're going to hinge. Inhale, exhale, hinge up. Squeeze those glutes. Inhale, exhale, hinge back down. Good, keeping that squeeze on the ball. Try to imagine the hips. They're level as they go up. One hip's not dropping. You can always go back to both feet on the mat if you'd like. Good. On this next one, we're going to hold up in our bridge. Squeeze those glutes. Right toe taps down to the mat and back up. Keeping the hips lifted for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, exhale, hinge back down. Good job. We go other side. I count time, not reps, so just a heads up. Right foot on the mat, balls behind the left knee now. Inhale, exhale, hinge up, squeeze those glutes. Inhale, exhale, hinge back down. Continuing here. Level hips. If you're feeling those hamstrings too much, you can scooch the foot in on the mat closer to the body. And you have those intermediate options with the hands as well. Good, we're gonna hold up, tap the left toe down and back up. Keep the hips up for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, exhale, hinge down, take the ball out. Reach those legs up towards the ceiling. Get a nice hamstring stretch. Point and flex the toes. All right, I'm gonna put ball right above the ankles now. Option 1, knees back, feet flat. Arms come up to 90, palms face away. Inhale, exhale, hands come to the hips, 100 press. Inhale, back to 90. If you want, you can add a chest lift when the hands come to the hips, not required. As we go into our hundreds, you can keep your feet flat on the mat. You can take the legs to a tabletop position to 90 or 45. When we go into our hundreds, we're gonna be breathing in for 5 counts and out for 5 counts for 100 counts. Good. On this next one, we hold, we start pumping, breathing in 2, 3, 4, 5, out 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 3, 4, 5, 20, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 3, 4, 5, 30, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 3, 4, 5, 40, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 3, 4, 5, 50. Halfway done. Keep on pumping, reaching those fingertips 5 or 6 inches. 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 3, 4, 5, 70, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 3, 4, 5, 80, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 3, 4, 5, 90. Last set, breathe in. Last set, breathe out. And set it on down. Good job, guys. Take the ball, tuck it on your weights so they don't roll away. You can bring your knees into your chest. Catch your breath, roll your knees in one direction. And roll your knees in the other direction. Good. You're gonna carefully roll yourself or press yourself up to a seated position. All right. In a seated position here, I've got hips nice and like they're in quicksand. They're not gonna move. Feet are about hip distance apart. Heels press into the mat. Roll those shoulder blades down. We go zombie arms. Shoulder blades down. Inhale. Exhale. Reach the fingertips away as you press the low back behind. Inhale to stack back up. Nice and tall. So we're finding that capital C shape with the spine. Fingertips reach. Low back presses away. Stack back up. Nice and tall. A few more like this. Sitting spine stretch. And back up. Let's do 2 more. Good. Last one. More of a reach forward than a reach down. Stack back up. Nice and tall. Bring it down. Nice shoulder roll. So we go sitting spine twist. Arms out to a T. Palms down. Pull the shoulder blades down. Hips are in quicksand. Inhale. Exhale. Pulse, pulse to the right. Center. Pulse, pulse to the left. Try to find that twist in the core. Keeping both hips still. Not letting the feet move. The legs move. Good. We'll go one more side to side here. And then bring it back, nice shoulder roll, butterfly the knees, take a little